Welcome to Poker Time. We're playing 5, 10, 20 cash poker. Feels good.
It feels all right.
Feels okay. You got Alex looking like he is concerned about falling overboard.
Because it looks kind of like a life vest.
Just a little.
It's more of a Marty McFly situation
Fair enough.
than a life vest.
Agreed.
What street is it?
We have all the colors of the rainbow represented in people's clothing this time around.
You love talking about that.
It's interesting.
It's not. Ken makes it 60. Max with a disciplined fold of 9-6 suited. A lot of players would have called there.
Indeed.
Alex has a good hand.
Time to 3-bet. Alex likes to play small pots with most hands, but this is not the hand to do that with.
I don't remember the last time Ken folded to a 3-bet either. Oh, my God. Well, he might fold this time. Holy shnikes.
My. Ken folds quickly and easily. 365.
That's how you get Ken to fold to a 3-bet, but I don't think that's what Alex wanted. Why?
Why so much?
Why did he 6X? That's huge.
I mean, you are out of position, so you want to go a little bigger.
Yeah.
Right? So you could make it 270.
Yeah.
280 even. I don't know if Ken's going to call 280 or not, but 365 is like, Ken is only going to continue with a very few hands. Now, those hands may put in a 4-bet, a fair amount.
Alex might get more 4-bets by sizing it that way. Ken might just decide that hands that he might have just called with, he has to 4-bet. It's possible.
I don't know. Like, what's Ken doing with queens? Is he putting in a 4-bet or not?
Yeah, always putting in a 4-bet almost.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's true, then, of course, he might be doing that anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ken's got ace 10 and just gets right back on the horse.
And look, he's almost back to even on this episode.
True. Doesn't take much. Boy, it's hard to get Ken to fold pre-flop, like you were saying, but there is an amount. There is a number.
Yeah.
We found it. The 6X.
No.
6X.
Unfortunately, holding the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Would have killed him.
We don't see Alex really ever 3-bet, though, so it'd be interesting to see what he does with, like, ace-king.
He might just call.
He might.
30 years ago, she was this big on.
Max has the 9-8 of clubs. That's a nice hand.
Last episode, he opened the 5-6 of clubs under the gun. And
bunch of good hands here.
Lost a lot of money.
Yes, he did by
Triple barreled.
against Ken, who doesn't fold.
Correct. Ken had a hand he shouldn't fold, but
Alex could absolutely have 3-bet this hand with Max opening under the gun, but of course it's fine to call too.
indeed. And it's a nice setup right now for him where he's got clubs dominated. If somehow 2 clubs come out on this flop, look out, Max. Only
I see one. I see one club. I see Caremio with 2 pair. That's what I see.
Yes. And Max will continue with his 2 back doors.
It's one of the types of hands that multi-way deep you're supposed to continue. It's always uncomfortable, and you're like, I guess I'll take the 6 of clubs, but then I'm going to bet, and they're going to call anyway.
In this case, we know that is true. He would not be able to fold out Caremio. The rooster calls.
Interesting. I mean, he does have a hand that is the best some of the time. 4 ways, for sure.
It's true. It's true. It's only $85 too. It's actually very inexpensive to call. Max, by the way, giving himself a great price to draw to his 2 back doors.
I don't know if Caremio is going to give him that same price.
I don't think he will. But I liked Max's sizing being so small.
Oh, no, that is a raise.
That's a big raise.
325. It's not huge.
You're
But
right.
Max can't call, and I don't think the rooster can either.
No way. The rooster's beating essentially only 5-6.
I don't know what. Anyway.
And Max just keeps running into it so far the times that he does choose to play.
It's true.
But he's still smiling, but is that a genuine smile? Or is it
rueful?
Is it a smile of sadness?
Well, not just that.
You're the
They don't
shootout
have that.
specialist,
The
right?
shootout.
I'll never forget.
It's hard to know.
The last time when we were at the final table together, you remember that? And you were the last. You were heads up. The last table to be heads up, and everyone's standing around waiting for you, and we're playing tight as shit.
The rooster has the king 5 suited. He's not feeling that level of loose tour today.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I did it.
I'm proud of you, son. Ken once again with the 10-9 suited.
I just had so much.
Such a nice hand. Oh, and he runs into aces again.
Let's see how Max sizes it from the small
I bet it's
blind.
not 365.
I bet it isn't. 240?
160. He's
Whoa.
really making it affordable. This is pure exploit. He could have made it bigger and still gotten the call a lot of the time.
But he went small, and here we go.
And there's a 9 and a gut shot for Ken. No diamonds. But I think Ken will call once.
For sure, Ken's calling once.
Oh, Max checks back.
Yeah, it's not the greatest flop. I understand that.
It's
check
really
back.
not. Jack 10, King Queen.
When Ken checks again, though, it's time to start betting and deny equity. And Ken is exactly the kind of hand you can get value out of, or equity you'd want to deny.
You'd expect Ken to call here.
Yes.
But it looks like he's not going to,
Oh.
maybe. He's trying to see if he has hearts.
Look at Ken.
Yeah, he lets it go.
I'm impressed and surprised that Ken lost no more money. in
That turns out to be a great laydown right there.
Yeah. You know, max opening or 3-betting from the small blind too. Can it? Maybe there's a raise there for Ken on the turn that's going to work a lot of the time. When you think about Max's range.
Yeah.
Max did check back the King Queen 9 board, which you figure if he has nothing, if he's ace 5, he's often going to bet, right?
Right. And he's probably not going to fold aces specifically if he
No.
gets check raised there.
But a lot of other hands, he
Yeah.
probably is going to fold, right? Like a lot. And you have outs. Anyway, just an interesting thought. Something to tickle the brain ivories.
Right, that makes sense.
Once again, Max with the pair.
And he flops a set.
Woo-wee.
It's all hearts, and the rooster has none of those, and he has nothing going on with his hand. So Max is probably just going to take it down on the flop here.
Expect a super small bet here from Max.
Yep.
Oh.
Small enough.
40% of the pot.
It was a wet board, so probably not expecting the smallest of flop bets.
Well, often on a monochrome board, you're going to see smaller bets by the initial raiser.
Oh, I guess not this time.
It doesn't matter how much.
I mean, it's pretty small.
I mean,
15 to 125.
In 2008, it was small. What
This
is
isn't
it?
tournament poker, bro.
It's 2012 now.
It's not, actually.
What year is it?
It's much later than that.
2014?
It's not that either. Think about
What does the Fox
who's
say?
the
Is that the most
who's
famous?
the president?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama.
What does the Fox say?
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
So I took my X5 in to get new tires.
That Shia LaBeouf thing? That thing happened?
Yes.
I mean, it happened like a week ago because it's 2014.
And so I have this like M class 440, and you put it in sport mode, it goes, it's really cool.
Top pair for Alex.
And so I'm
Rooster
gonna get in a
electing
lot
not to
of
raise his queen 10. He may
It's not
regret it.
till like late Friday.
Nope. He's just
Drive
going
up
to
to Pendleton.
fold and move on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's
You
like,
know all the speed traps, right?
well,
I gotta say, of the things on the internet that have gotten mainstream popular over the past decade, I think the Shia LaBeouf thing is my favorite. It's pretty good.
exactly.
Years, but I knew
Close to
that I
Boardman,
used to
no,
go,
you're
like,
right.
Huh.
the whole way,
It's your
except
favorite.
What do you got?
There's a
What's
few-
better? Mainstream popular, not like something that's in the little corner.
Two
over
girls,
here.
one cup.
But
Wow.
anyway,
Wow.
Huh?
that's not.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I've actually never seen it. I've avoided it.
So have I. Also,
I've
that
been
was
really careful.
That was well over a decade ago. so-
Whatever. I'm just glad to still have never seen that. There's a few things I've never seen that many people have seen, and
Places to go.
all deliberate. So Ken did open.
Queen 10 of spades.
Yeah.
Pendleton and pick my 50.
Somehow it still says 60 to call for Max.
There's
This
real
must be some sort of an
confusion.
AI thing.
Yeah.
We no longer blame the interns. We blame artificial
It
intelligence.
says max 3-bet for $5 more now.
Of course he did. That makes perfect sense.
Come on, guys.
Good software. Anyway, there's some hands out
Whatever.
here. King
It's
10
fine.
has an open ender. Queen 10 has top pair.
Top 2 for the rooster.
Top 2 for the rooster
I
and the
feel-
backdoor flush draw.
Yep. Ken, K6, and the rooster are pretty interested in this hand. Max not actually in the hand at all.
I expect a raise out of the rooster. I wonder what Ken will do. I think K6 will fall. Oh, the rooster calls.
Well, makes it easy for K6.
Yeah, K6 is in there now.
Getting a great price to continue.
And Ken probably thinks he has the best hand.
Yep.
And that's not a great card for the Rooster. He is not in love with that card.
Nobody loves that card. Let's see if the Rooster bets, though, whenever. Oh, he's out of position. Excuse me.
He might bet now that he's gotten the check
Yep.
through.
Might get called from Ken. I would expect him to get a call from Ken, in fact.
Yep.
If he were to bet a reasonable amount, say 300, 350, something like that.
You know you're never getting raised by an overpair, so you can fold to a raise comfortably.
There's the 250. I mean, that's just in Ken's wheelhouse to call.
And
In
Ken
fact, he
calls
does.
immediately, and the Rooster wins a big pot.
Understandable. Ken did have reasonable outs, though. He had 9s and 10s and jacks.
The 10 did
Well,
not.
and a jack, of course, no good. And a
Yeah.
10, no good.
But good thought, though.
He had 9s.
Good effort.
9s. It's this damn software.
Yeah, it's the artificial intelligence.
These interns are just...
to blame for the Jonathan Levy's
Look,
gaffes.
okay, in fairness to people who are watching this, they can't see what we can see, right? Like, they don't... I'm just going to give them a little behind the curtain,
All right.
behind the scenes thing. So the interns are having their talent show right now.
Well,
and so we are distracted.
I mean, they're very talented.
They are shockingly good at a few things. A few things.
There's a reason you mentioned 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Okay.
Moving along.
Here comes the Rooster.
I'm not doing it this time.
Okay.
He's got ace-4 of hearts. He's going to open to 75. Bigger than other players have been opening, but totally fine. Alex is considering it with the 5-3 of hearts. Nobody's going to make a straight flush in this hand, at least not the Rooster.
He lets it go. K6 really has to come along with King Jack of clubs.
I mean, he should be happy to. What a beautiful hand.
Yeah, he could 3-bet it as well, of course. But this is fine.
King Jack of clubs brings me joy.
I feel that. Suited broadways,
Yeah.
all day. Let's do that. I see darkness. I see blackness on the flop, but I can't say. Oh, there we go. 795 rainbow. I was just looking at the cards via the video, not the graphics. Rooster checks it back. Understandable, I guess. And top pair now for K6.
Bet 125.
Protects that equity.
It's going to be the end of it.
Has to be.
So you saying suited broadways all day gave me a thought.
Mm.
In a large field multi-table tournament, like a World Series of Poker event,
Yeah.
do you think you would have a better chance of winning the tournament or a worse chance if you were guaranteed to get a suited Broadway every hand? That means you never get a pair, including when you're down to 9 blinds, if that's
Yeah.
something that happens.
I think a better chance. Yeah, absolutely. It means
Yeah.
we have playable hands every single time. Absolutely.
So
That's
are
gotta
you
be good
playing?
for
Are you
us.
playing all of your hands? Because those are hands you would, 100 blinds deep, open at a 9-handed table
I think
from
we're
every
playing-
position.
I think we're playing all of our hands until we start getting 3-bet a lot by the table. If that happens, then we're going to slow down and play like 60% of hands or something like that.
Just no more Queen 10 suited.
Yeah, I have to throw out some of that
Yeah.
stuff. It's going to be painful, actually.
Hey, we got Ace King against Ace King,
Well,
and it's just a
just
call.
a call. The Rooster. Man, here comes the Rooster. How does he know? Wheel has a very callable Queen 10. He's not closing the action, but it's 50 to win 215 right now. But he lets it go. Wow.
3 players.
Alex is the favorite here. Not really the flop you were hoping for if you're Max, but
I think he might take it down. I don't think Alex is going to call. The Rooster
well,
might
look how
float.
cheap it is.
Yeah, Max has been doing this cheap thing, and Rooster lets it go. I think this is going to be the end of it.
Alex can really call once on the button for 75.
He is
I
calling.
like that call.
He is calling, but
So cheap.
we've seen Alex play conservatively, so I
Yeah.
was considering he might. But let's see if Max goes again here. He does have the Ace of Spades, which he does not want to have to multi-barrel here.
Yeah. If a spade had come, I think he would have fired.
Yep.
He does have the king of diamonds also, so in theory he could bet here and then bet on any spade or diamond, but understandably he's checking when 9-10 comes in, 8-7 comes
And
in.
Alex is going to protect equity for
$80.
$80. Max
Whoa.
might call just to see if he can hit an ace or king.
$80 is so cheap. I wonder if Max could also pounce on this and just
Yep.
attack it.
He thought about it, but I think
Yeah.
he's just done with it.
I mean, 9-10 might bet like this too sometimes.
They really
right?
might. All right, same scenario, multi-table tournament.
Yeah.
Every hand you get a pair, 8s or lower. Better chance or worse chance to win the tournament?
Wow.
He hates the fold.
It's got to be better chance. It still has to be better than just the random selection of cards, but it's hard.
But you never get to cooler anybody pre-flop. That's kind of a big part of winning those tournaments.
That's true. That's true. You have a lot of very difficult decisions pre-flop actually, because you're basically always hoping for flips.
Yeah.
Essentially, that is tough. You get 8s, that's the nuts for you.
Yeah.
Ugh. Still, it's probably better than just a random selection of cards where you can never you never get cold. Someone folds to the small blind or the button. You've got 15 blinds. You can always go all in.
Yeah.
Profitably. I mean, that's cool.
Raise.
There's some spots where it's going to really help you, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. You're just trying to see a million flops, right, in flop sets.
Mhm.
So as cheaply as possible. You're going to be limping like crazy.
You're gonna have to
min raising.
You're gonna have to flop some of those sets because once you
Yeah.
get down to like the 20 blind area, you kind of
We're just
you're
going
gonna have to
all in.
win a bunch of flips.
Yeah.
We have a 3-bet from wheel with Jack 10, by the way.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It should work.
310.
It's a big
He bets
continuation.
310 into 450, and there's no way Max is going to do anything but throw it away. Look at Wheel.
I like it.
I like Wheel showing a little speed.
Yeah, he's got that blue hoodie that you like to talk about.
I do love it. It's so blue. It's almost a royal blue. It's more of a cerulean blue, of course.
All right, here's the next question.
Yeah.
You get to choose between the scenarios for the multi-table tournament.
Okay.
You either get the 8s or lower,
Mm-hmm.
or each hand you get one of 3 hands. Ace 4 suited, 8-9 suited, or Jack 8 suited.
Or I get pairs, 8s and
Yeah.
below.
Definitely.
Ace 4, Jack 8, 8, 9.
In New Orleans, I can't remember if it was.
I'm going to go with the pairs because as the tournament goes on, I can't call all-ins with anything but the ace 4, and even then it's really questionable.
Yeah.
The pocket 8s I can call. Any pocket pair I can comfortably call and be like, it's sometimes okay. You know, I'm
Yeah.
going to be ahead some of the time, sometimes even crushing my opponent, which I'll never be with those other things. So early on in the tournament, it's probably better to have those hands. But as the tournament gets later and stacks get shorter, I think you got to have the pocket pairs. What do you think?
Maybe.
It's tough. Either one of those is really hard.
All right. If you had let's do the pocket 8 scenario.
Yeah.
Would you trade the 8s and 7s? So 6 is the highest you can get, but you also can get ace 4 suited.
Yeah. And I walked out of there.
Yes, I guess I would. Got to have that blocker.
Yeah. Which the rooster has, but he'll probably just call with it.
Also get to make the nuts sometimes with ace 4 suited. You
Yeah.
know? Like really hard to make the nuts with pocket 8s.
It is.
Whole
This
lot of
is
nothing for everybody.
Cremio's hand to win, and he
Indeed,
does.
he wins it. That sort of pinkish salmon, orangish, crimsony top blouse, I think is the word. Is that-
Cerulean.
Cerulean. That is not cerulean.
I don't know colors.
Yeah.
There's a pretty
I'm not a
good
color
size
guy.
one. Yeah.
I don't know much about colors that aren't the normal colors. I don't know much about dog breeds. You know how there's people who just like are like,
Mm.
that's a schnipple ditty dupe, and I'm like, that's great
Yeah.
to know. Thank you. I know what a golden retriever is.
Yeah, I don't really know for almost anything. I don't know that kind of stuff, you know, like cars or dogs
Mm.
or
Yeah.
After a while, and one will see you later.
I mean, I know colors, like I know green or blue or yellow. I know which is which.
Oh, I know the first two you said. What's the third one?
It's yellow. It's
That's-
like the sun, but not really if you get close, but like from far away.
I'm not supposed to look at the sun. I learned that
Yeah.
in school, so I don't know what color it is.
It's like a school bus color.
a school bus.
This year down there.
I've seen different color school buses.
It's like the main color. Anyway,
Alex and Ken are heads up with some garbage.
Come with a hand.
gut shot for Alex.
Guy sitting next to me was like
Goes check, check.
deep blue felt.
Time to start betting, Alex. Nope. Alex checks.
And he left this big
Ken checks it
pile of
right back.
dicks.
Is Ken going with queen high?
And I
Yep.
couldn't blame Devin.
He sure is. Congratulations, Ken.
One thing I like about seniors tournaments is that there's no tanking. No, they don't take.
You know what? One of the things that they did at
And then the other guy,
We're back.
the other guy, this guy was annoying. The guy next to me was
They make a big pair. They don't fold.
Made a big difference.
telling him I was going to turn his tank off.
Beginning of day two.
And, because I was smiling. It was so funny.
Oh, yeah, no.
It depends on the field.
All right.
You know what I mean?
It's a tournament.
They started playing elevator.
The bottom 25% of hands are removed from your range.
So far, so good.
So you get only top 75% hands.
Yeah.
But you can't bet or raise on the flop.
I can't bet or raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Take that?
I'll take it. No problem. Sounds great.
What about you can't bet or raise on the river?
Oh, my God. I can't bet on the river?
No.
How about I just can't raise on the river?
Nope, you can't negotiate.
That is incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Now I don't think I can do it. I think I need to be able to bet on the river.
Mm.
When I really have them,
You're just going to bet like 3x the pot on the turn, you know?
but they're going to fold a lot. then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The turn is going to be bomb central. I guess the flop is going to be bigger too.
Yeah.
If I'm not allowed to bet on the river, right? I'd probably tell them. I'd probably, guys, I can't bet or raise on the river, so I can't say the raise part. I say
Yeah.
I can't initially bet on the river. That way, when I check, it also makes my check stronger on the river, right? So they're always going to bluff me.
Caremio just folded threes under the gun.
Well, that's surprising.
Maybe he's not allowed to play threes by some agreement that he's made.
He's like ace four suited only.
Yeah.
Max with the 3-bet with ace jack, and
Ken's got a beautiful hand that he will not fold.
Ken is guaranteed sticking around. That guy is sticky like honey.
Except everybody would be with this hand.
Yes. And Ken's done it once again.
The Keninator. That's his new nickname.
This is the kind of board you're just going to fire as Max.
It's very dry.
Ken is sticking around for 2 streets guaranteed. Max better hope to hit an ace like today.
Or Ken makes 2 pair and then Max makes a straight.
Well, that would work too.
Well, there's an ace.
Bibbity bobbity boop.
Should Max bet? That is the question. For balance, yes. For practice in this moment, should he bet?
I think against, if he knows how sticky Ken is, Max also, I mean, he has seen a little bit of that, right? Max also has a bit of a rep, specifically with Ken, that he might be bluffing and triple barreling.
True.
I like the bet.
So should he bet the river here?
Ooh.
Because Ken could have made aces up.
It's getting harder to get called by worse hands now.
I think you can bet small. You can maybe bet like 400 here.
Maybe.
If Ken's not going to sniff it out, but Max does
He
just
just
go
checks
ahead
and
and check
gets
back.
to
That
take
seems
the
like
win.
the easiest option.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine Ken calling with a weaker hand that played it that way. No flush draw on the flop that could have made a weaker ace or anything like that.
Yeah, you're really targeting that queen. And can that queen really call again? I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean, I think
because we triple barrel this Max. Maybe.
Ken maybe is supposed to call with king queen range wise with
Mm-hmm.
if Max triple barrels him there. Ken doesn't have many aces in his range.
The thing is, that was a rainbow flop, too. So there aren't that many hands that Max is supposed to have that are bluffing flop and turn. you
Yeah.
know? There's just less there. Jack 10 comes in, I guess,
That was the thought.
which Max can have. You'd want to have some missed draws there, I guess.
Yeah.
Still, Max gets some nice value. And Alex has ace king. No limping.
He might.
No
We've seen him do it,
limping.
but no, he's not going to this time.
Is it 55?
80.
It's 80.
It's a big
Okay.
race.
Alex likes to go big.
Yeah.
He's like, I like to go big.
Yeah, good. You couldn't figure out something that likes to go big, so you said that. That's good. Caremio likes to fold 10-3, and here we are. Like to go big, like New York pizza.
He likes to go big like the iceberg that hit the ship he was on before he had to jump in the water, and now he's still in the water floating because he's wearing the...
I find it tough.
I see him, though, and I don't see any water. There's a blue background.
I mean, that could be water, son. Also, the cerulean blue that is Wheels hoodie.
Wheels hoodie is
You could
just like
dive-
pure. That's royal blue. I think that's called royal blue.
I think royal blue's... It's close to royal blue. It's a nice color, actually. I really like it. It's
It's a-
definitely not cerulean
You know
blue,
what?
by
It's a
the way.
fantastic color, and we all like it.
I do. I love that color. People always say, what's your favorite color? I never have an answer, but that is one of my answers. I have multiple favorite colors.
People don't always say, "What is your favorite color?" We're not in second
I feel like
grade.
people say that a lot.
Wheel just folded Jack 8 suited in an unopened pot. What's happening with these folds?
I'm surprised he didn't at least complete.
And Ken just checks ace 10.
What the living hell?
Is this an ICM thing? Do they make an agreement until other players bust?
Wheel would have the best hand right now. Caremio's going to take a little swing,
Not gonna work.
fail miserably, and probably he's done.
He
Once
might-
a spade
a
comes.
spade, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
what an interesting card.
Yeah, Ken likes and hates that card.
You have to continue as Caremio. You have
Absolute must continue,
to, unless you're check raising.
which would be a high variance play.
Yes. Ken has to call here, but the river's going to get titchy whether Caremio gets there or not. I assume Caremio is firing almost either way here.
We'll see. He hits a 5.
I mean, that's
That
never any
can't. He
good.
can't ever think
Hearts.
it's good,
He's beating hearts. That's it.
which is possible. Ken could have hearts.
I think it's the problem is Ken just doesn't like to fold. I don't think Ken's folding his hand for a real bet. I think he's going to call quickly, but I understand why Caremio is going for it.
Yeah, he's calling quickly. It's over.
There it is.
Ken's never faking when he reaches for chips.
No, that's true.
We pull that ace king. So I got an all in. So I
Cremio gives him a winning smile anyway.
I sort of appreciate Ken not, being in pain while he's deciding whether he's going to call that 150. He knows he's calling.
Speaking of pain, we don't see much pain on the board here.
True.
So a lot of even stacks.
Yeah, Max started out down like $700 on the first hand, but has crawled back a little bit. But, I'm sure pain is incoming. It always is in poker. Someone is always upset.
Yeah.
Lots of people. Most people.
All right. Bottom 25% of your range is chopped off. So you got all this top 75% only. But you can't drink water all day.
Can I drink anything? No.
Nothing that could hydrate you.
That's a terrible. I can't do that. Assuming we're playing a long tournament?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
In that case, people might then actually boycott them for dodging paying the bet fee.
But they'll look for anything. Make sure.
It was like a 1 second.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
Wheel opens to 80. It's catching.
I mean, he just folded Jack 8 suited.
All right, but now he's raising 4x. And top pair for Max, second pair for Wheel.
Wheel could lose a decent amount of chips in this setup.
Well, he bets 130 and 175, and
Max will call. I don't imagine a raise is ever
no
incoming.
way. Max probably already isn't loving the size here, but can never fold a 10 right away.
And the
Even the
way
way he
he-
throws it in, I think that's
I think that's genuine, yeah.
yeah. I don't.
He's
think
like, I
that's-
guess I'm calling. I hate
yeah.
it. The 6 is not a great card for anybody involved. 3-5 gets there. It's the most
mean-
obvious draw.
Some guy who's trying, who's
Neither guy has that much 5-3 though.
But it's the only real draw.
And Wheel's gonna fire again here. This is interesting. What is he? Oh, no, he's not. He's
He's
just
doing a wheel thing. He's
I
doing.
fell for it.
You always fall for
He's-
wheel
there's
thing.
no way he's gonna.
He's
bet,
just
right?
trying to get it so Max doesn't bet the river.
Yeah, it's not gonna work, Wheel. He's betting the river, and you're
I don't
gonna-
know, certain cards.
Yeah, of course. And you're gonna fold the river if assuming on certain cards.
Oh,
there
well,
you
Max
go.
is definitely betting that river.
And Wheel's gonna fold.
Yeah, he is. He's going to take his time, though.
He's gonna look like he's thinking about it, but inside he's just gonna be all mirage and the frickin'
Yeah,
WSOP.
Mirage and the freaking oysters. And
'Cause he
that's the
knows he's
line. That's the
folding.
line, right?
And yep, there's the. I'm pretending to think.
He didn't
what
pre-
should I do?
He
It's
didn't
so
pretend that much. Oh, he's
painful.
still pretending.
I don't know what to do.
275.
Sounds like that.
In fairness to Will, he does have a pair.
Yeah.
But what is Max supposed to have that you can beat here? I can't come up with anything.
No, 5-6 hasn't beat if somehow that's turning into a bluff.
I mean, why would it even do that, though?
Yeah.
There's no reason for any pair not to think it was beating Wheel anyway. A deuce would think it was beating Wheel, right? It might not bet for value, it would just check.
Yeah.
right? So,
I've only played Nicky places in Texas, so I actually really like them.
Wheel makes a good fold, though.
Yep. But he did get you on the turn with his fake bet thing.
Fucking did.
He always gets you.
Every time. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, he's not going to get me next time. I'm going to be prepared.
We're putting this information out there for Wheel, and we've done it for years, but I'm going to continue doing it. Wheel, when you do that, everybody knows you're just trying to get them to not bet the river. It's very obvious.
When you then check, yes.
Yeah.
It's not a big surprise. K6 with the call with ace-8. Haven't seen too much limping except from Alex. And here's that suited Broadway. Romeo gets it every time.
Oh, did he make the deal?
He made the deal.
Did I mention that you have to pay me $100,000 to have that?
You implied it. You didn't
So
mention
Cremio's gonna have a check coming towards me, I guess, probably pretty soon.
it. Yeah, I imagine.
I take wires also.
The Venmo's in the mail, buddy.
Okay.
Here's the rooster. Here he comes,
Yeah.
walking down the street. Here comes the rooster!
Yeah, that was
Nice,
you
Grant.
you couldn't help yourself, huh?
Me? It looks like here comes a 3-bet, by the way. Indeed, here comes the rooster.
Here it comes.
Let's see how big he went. 320 over 85 with a limper.
K6 snap folds. The Caremio has position and a beautiful hand.
I think he probably is supposed to call. Man, there's some stack to pot issues already.
If they just had 1,000 more each.
Yeah, he just decides it's not worth it. That's reasonable. It's a reasonable fold when it's that much.
That's discipline because it's so hard to fold a hand like that on the button.
Yeah, it'd be really fine to call.
Yeah.
Clearly. Like, we have a good hand. We're in position. We're probably supposed to call. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
But,
if
you know,
something-
flopping top pair can be real problematic with that hand in that spot because you might just go completely broke when you just didn't have to, right? So
You could also go completely broke when it comes 8-10 deuce with 2 diamonds, you know? Like you just end up all in and you lose to an overpair.
it can't be that bad to be a little nitty against 3 bets in that spot.
Yeah.
it's less
It,
than that.
it comes and goes. Yeah.
But-
It was not that long.
I mean, it's just like here, all the casinos in Oklahoma, or all,
But
paid
like
off all the legislators in Texas to keep the laws, just
Yeah.
it's the exact same as the casinos paying off the legislators in Oregon to not.
Here comes the rooster.
Louisiana, and then I stopped at that
Walking down the street. Cluckety doo.
before
He gave a walk, actually, to Alex.
Oh, here comes the rooster to the next hand. He's like, deal the cards,
No one
please.
knows what you're saying because you're saying it in such a normal way.
Un-
Comes the,
that sentence made lots of sense.
I'm talking about,
Nobody knows what you're saying because you're saying it in such a normal
Right.
way.
if you're going to say here comes the rooster, you have to really say here comes the rooster, and you're not doing it.
You
That's
already
okay.
did. You already did it for me.
I did it, and I did it wonderfully, so people understand me. But you're speaking Swahili right now.
Some of the audience might speak Swahili.
Yeah, and that portion of the audience is really
They're getting a lot out of this.
yeah. Ken's starting up again with the 10-8 of clubs.
He's at it again. The boys are at it again.
He can't keep getting away with it. That's a Breaking Bad reference.
Ah,
One club, 1-8,
what a joy for Ken.
and
Gonna go check from K6. Ken could go either way. He checks back.
yep, that's totally reasonable.
Another king is a good card for Ken. He's gonna expect to be ahead a lot. Now
Look at
K6 is
K6.
gonna go ahead and rep that king.
It's
Which
an understandable bet here. Ken will have some folds, but
I
nope.
don't see K6 following through on the river. I think he was denying equity mostly. Oh no, I'm wrong.
He's bluffing, and will he get the fold?
It's a bad run out for Ken.
It's only 125 though. It's really cheap.
Which it's like a really good story sizing wise.
His kicker pretty much doesn't play anymore, except against Ace-8, just in case somehow K6 had an 8 here and went bet.
Nice work by
Wow.
K6, and
Gets it through.
I'm not sure if the sizing is what did it, but I really like, and I think it's in a way a little bolder to go with the sizing that tells a good story when
Yep.
it feels like you're giving your opponent a better chance
I
to
know.
call, But I really like to see that, like when Ken checks back the flop, you'd often want to bet smaller with a king because you'd be afraid that he wouldn't have a good enough hand to call. So K6 told a good story there with his sizing.
The other thing is, based on the way this hand played out, K6 really could have had a queen, been bluffing the turn, and rivered the queen and bet for value.
That's true.
And so that's a bad. I imagine if it was a brick river, Ken's probably calling that 150.
Perhaps. I'm not sure.
I gotta believe.
Either way, I like the sizing.
Yeah, it was cool. Max with Kojak, bald detective, and here comes the rooster.
What did you said that so sadly.
Here it
I'm a
comes.
little surprised not to see the rooster 3-bet that hand
Yeah,
against Max's cutoff open.
agreed.
It's fine to call sometimes, but it's, the unsuited version of this hand just flops so much worse than the suited version, and you rate to have the best hand. You have a blocker against an aggressive cutoff player.
All the things.
Max flops top pair, bottom pair for Alex.
Gut shot for Alex. Backdoor.
No-
Sorry.
no gut
Backdoor
shot.
gut shot. Backdoor flush draw for Alex. I'm sorry. Max with the small bet on the flop.
The rooster, I don't imagine. Well, I guess he is going to
raising or is he calling?
Looks like he's calling.
It
He
would be
has
very interesting if he put in the raise right
one
there.
backdoor draw,
Alex really has to call once
and Alex does pick up a backdoor gut shot.
with a nut blocker as well. There's some options here for Alex. Well, I mean, it may just check through. Nope. Max is going to bet again. Of course he is.
He doesn't like that the 6-7 got there, but also still rates to have the best hand against 2 calls. The rooster gets rid of it. Alex could raise or call here.
I kind of like a raise.
Max did bet into 2 players twice, so the
Yes.
5 is often not good, but you can threaten the nuts here. And Max is a player who will be keenly aware of that.
What is Max going to do with King Jack if Alex raises?
I think he might consider folding. I mean, it's kind of in the middle chunk of his range, I think. It might even be on the lower end once he bets twice.
I think it's on the lower end. I mean, Max is probably continuing with hearts here and good jacks.
Ooh,
but
Alex
likes
just
to go.
folds. That is a surprising result for the last hand of this episode. We'll see you next week.